All right, we are live on YouTube, Wade.
Fantastic. You letting everybody in?
Yes, everyone should be trickling in now. Yep.
Perfect, perfect, perfect. Hello, 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 guys. Give you just about a half a minute here and we'll get started. All right, guys. Hey, listen, first of all, I'm gonna tell you that I'm still fighting COVID. I decided this time, having COVID for my third time, that I am going to work through it. So I worked on Monday to 7 p.m., yesterday to 6. Tried to do it again today. I popped up on NyQuil and cough drop and every other crazy idea like onion and honey. So but we're making it happen. And today I got a really good subject I want to talk to you about that I think you're going to like. But I'm not going to take any questions because I have a long call with a lender in the space we're going to talk about here shortly, and I don't want to lose my voice completely like I did yesterday. But I'm excited about what I'm going to talk about today, and I think you will be too once you hear it. So without further ado, I'm going to share my screen. And is it there for everybody to see?
Yes, it is.
All right, perfect. We're going to talk about the cannabis industry today because that is something that I am getting really a lot of inquiries about. And I have decided that with David but mostly I've come to the conclusion that it could be a real profitable industry if you understand it, you know, all the legalities. I mean, people jump in this industry and want to fund it and they realize they can't because they don't know what they're doing and they don't know what the regulations are. And most of the companies out there in the space are getting more and more educated because before it was really I mean, it was all over the board. So I'm going to tell you why it's so hard to get funding, and then I'm going to tell you what we're getting ready to enter into our third due diligence call, which will be our final one, and then we'll probably go into contract after that. But here's some of the things that you need to know. You know, the whole industry is smoking hot, no pun intended. Well, actually, pun is intended. The cannabis industry is smoking hot right now with every legalized state adding more and more merchants and customers to the economy. And yet new businesses are struggling to find the loans and cash advances necessary to start up and grow. And the question is, well, what gives? Well, to start, the legalization of marijuana varies state by state and is considered and is still considered an illegal Schedule I drug by the DEA and the federal government. The SBA will not issue loans due to the legal trouble a change in federal ruling would get them into if they had loan money. Banks also refuse to issue loans or even open a checking account for cannabis business for the same liability reasons. The federal government chose to intervene with legalized state. I mean, if the federal government chose to intervene, I doubt they will, but if they chose to with legalized state rulings, they could potentially shut down the marijuana shops at any time until marijuana is no longer classified as a federal Schedule I drug. That would mean that any lender owed money by a shutdown grow house or dispensary would not be paid back. Now, these are all the horrible sides of it. It doesn't mean it's happening everywhere because they are getting funding, but it's a hassle. And I'm getting to the point. I'm just telling you what the negatives are of the business. One of the biggest negatives is that it's mostly a cash-based industry with a few accepting cryptocurrency, which is a high risk factor for a few reasons. Number one, cash is harder to trace, and cannabis businesses without checking accounts means the business can't provide bank statements or a credit score. Having no credit score or credit card statements is a major red flag for lenders and funders alike, especially uncollateralized. If a marijuana company defaults on a payment, the lender would have nothing to go after or collect an attempt to get their money back. being high risk and the industry that it is, after any bank that is FDIC insured won't want to work with the cannabis business because the FDIC's regulations on lending to high risk companies, as well as a possible negative public backlash, the violation of federal law, and the subsequent possible ability of federal raid, seizure, and shutdown at any time. These are reasons they don't want to do it. Some companies get around all this legal gray area, going to state banks. It's just a real headache and a heartache. Even private equity companies have come in and said, listen, if we're going to invest in this, you got to make sure your business is at least 6 months old before we do. You got to have that established LLC limited company or S corporation. You got to have a 500 at least credit, be able to pass a background check, which is a big deal. Have gross monthly sales of at least 50 to 100,000. Have a solid business plan and have a business bank account. What I'm working on is a company that we've been talking for a long time, and I think we've gotten now to our final due diligence call with each other. And we're talking about doing lines of credit, working capital, equipment capital, cannabis dispensary capital, and each application is going to kind of stand on its own. In other words, it's not going to be like the industry as a whole where these are all the criteria we have. Well, it's going to go to on a state by state level that kind of have their own little regs. And we're walking through this and have been doing it very devoutly. We really, spend a lot of time doing the due diligence that's needed. And to be honest with you, I think we're there. And sometime very, 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 very soon, I'm going to be able to give you some more information on. Right now, I have a couple MCA deals that you can get funding as long as they got closer to 100,000 and this, that, and the other, but they're not great deals for the industry as a whole. This would be a program with a better deal. We'll get a lower commission, but they'll get a better deal. And I think this is something that's probably needed as more and more states open up the cannabis industry. And I just wanted to just kind of touch base, let you know what we're doing on that end, because I get a lot of emails. I'll have a lot better information next week, and probably before that. It's just that this COVID has really slowed me down, and maybe I don't look like it, but I'm holed up in this office. I'm not about to leave it and go unless I run to the bathroom and back. Because I don't want to give it to anybody else, but I think I'm past that stage anyway. So guys, I really appreciate you being on today. I'm not going to take any questions today, but I want to let you know what we're working on, and we'll be back.